Hi, I'm John Holden, and welcome to Earth. We're starting off our show here in Annapolis, Maryland. You know, in the investment world, we all want to feel good about what we invest in, so wouldn't it be nice to actually be able to invest in this good Earth and its future? Well, sustainable investing is not only possible, but it can be profitable as we all search for solutions to climate change, as you're about to see. Climate change is an issue affecting all of us today. Billions of dollars is being spent on clean energy projects to combat emissions, with trillions planned in the decades to come, both to reduce emissions and create climate-resilient infrastructure for extreme weather events that are increasing in number and strength. For the average investor and the Earth itself, there's definite growth in going green.
There's a huge opportunity, a market opportunity. $100 billion is being invested now in the United States on clean energy and energy efficiency. That is going to go up tenfold over the course of the next decade or so, according to the analysts. So it's going to be a $100 trillion market. So there's big money to be made, and while these companies are making money and investors are making money, they're also going to be helping to save the planet.
No one could be more concerned with the effects of climate change on our environment than environmentalist and financier Jeff Eckel. He has built a successful business that invests in companies and technologies that mitigate climate change by reducing greenhouse gases and allowing facilities and energy consumers to adapt to climate change.
I've been studying U.S. energy policy for almost 40 years, and it's time we did the one thing we've never done: put a price on carbon. That will be the biggest climate change solution that we can imagine.
Jeff Eckel is able to oversee this investment opportunity because he's the chairman, president, and CEO of Hannon Armstrong, a premier capital provider for climate solutions in America, investing over $1 billion a year in sustainable infrastructure. Hannon Armstrong has the unique distinction of being the first U.S. public company exclusively focused on financing solutions to climate change.
Our mission is to be the premier investor in climate change solutions, and everybody is very conversant in the economics of carbon, and that makes our investment thesis come alive. We have very serious people here, very serious investment professionals, but with a higher purpose as well. They're here to make a difference. They can work a lot of different places. A lot of young people seek us out as this is where I want to work. This is the kind of enterprise that will bring value to the world down the road.
Hannon Armstrong uses its investment capital to fund a variety of national projects affected by climate change, including infrastructure and water system restoration projects to make our communities more resilient to extreme weather.
The impacts of climate change are here today in the Mid-Atlantic. We see more frequent, more severe storms, and that has an impact on our bay. And the Chesapeake Bay is very important to the Mid-Atlantic region, and stream restoration projects prevent nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus from flowing into the bay.
So Jeff, what's been created here?
So what's been created is a repaired stream that slows the velocity of the water coming down, particularly in severe weather events. And what that does is prevent phosphorus and nitrogen from going unimpeded into the Chesapeake Bay. And it's a series of these natural dams that slow the water down, allow a wetland to be created and act as a sponge when the waterway is overloaded. And we just heard a frog back there. That frog probably hadn't been there because this wetlands has just been created in the last few weeks.
Hannon also invests in sustainable energy projects to make buildings more energy efficient, and wind and solar projects to power American homes and businesses free from carbon emissions.
The sustainable industry has been very successful in dramatically reducing the cost of the technology and will continue to do so, achieving parity with fossil fuels and even providing lower energy costs. But what's important to remember is that the fuel is free, the wind, the sun, but the cost of capital to install these projects requires access and competitive capital.
For instance, an increasing number of companies have committed to 100% renewable electricity for the delivery of clean energy. Companies like Target, on which we're standing on their roof right now.
This is a typical investment. Hannon Armstrong made a $50 million investment in a distributed energy portfolio, which included 200 different projects similar to this for commercial and industrial clients.
If people see Hannon Armstrong as a company that responsibly invested capital at scale and produced a great environmental benefit and produced fantastic returns for its investors, that would be an outstanding legacy.
And when it comes to investing on this good earth, it's really the best of both worlds. And you don't have to sacrifice returns in order to invest on the right side of climate change.